Hello, welcome everyone. This is Seewing Yee. My co-host is no other than Mr. Richard Advani from Guarantee Rate Mortgage. He is a investor, a investment loan agent. He has helped thousands of real estate investors for more than 10 years to finance their investment homes all over the country, in particular the Midwest and the South and the Southeast. Welcome, Richard Advani. Thank you for taking time out of your day to go over several important discussions. And the first one we're going to discuss, Richard, is nothing else I need to say other than this is a breaking news for real estate investors, something you should not take for granted, something there are no more excuses for you folks out there, and you know who you are. Wake up, get out of your hibernation, get out of your comatose deep freeze. You're not a bear. You're not hibernating for the 9 months out of the past 1 year. Anyway, without further ado, Richard Advani, he's created this amazing investment loan program, which again, will take it to the next level. This is a game changer. And we're talking about investor loan at approximately 4.99% 30-year fixed rate mortgage, giving today's mortgage rate, according to Mortgage News Daily, is around 7.19%. And we're talking about the primary homeowners interest rate, a mortgage rate, 7.19%, which is mind-boggling for regular investors who buying regular investment property through their own sources. They could be paying 7.5% or even higher than 7.5%, maybe even 8%. However, being part of our network of investors, we have some amazing programs. Please do a deep dive, go over the details of this iconic investor program, 4.99%, which will create more cash flow for investors, especially when they buy in the right market, in our case, which is in Florida. Without further ado, go ahead, take it away, Richard.
As you said, this new program, I don't know if there's words that can really describe it. It's the golden ticket. It's the golden goose that we've all been waiting for. Essentially, as you touched on, what this program enables you to do, enables investors to do, is to have access to interest rates that are dramatically lower than where market rates are. Now, this program, they still are conventional loans, which is great. To the end consumer, it's a Fannie Mae 30-year fixed, no prepay, fully amortized. There's nothing special and nothing tricky about these loans. The way that as investors are able to access these low interest rates is this program known as the Forward Commitment Program has actually been out in the market for like 20 years. However, it wasn't very attractive to builders because it had carrying costs and it was very expensive and so forth. Now, what happened was earlier this year, Fannie Mae completely revamped this Forward Commitment Program to a point where now it actually makes a lot of sense for builders to take advantage of it. And I'm sure you guys have gathered the way these rates are able to be so low is it requires builder participation, right? So the builders basically work with us to incentivize a big chunk of money. So they predetermine, hey, we need $3 million and we want to incentivize it so our buyers have lower interest rates. Now, by incentivizing, these builders are paying 5, 6, 7 points, which you can imagine on using just a small number of $1 million. They're paying $60,000 to $70,000 to get the interest rate lower for investor buyers. The interesting thing to look at is even, let's say, on a $250,000 loan, right? That may be the range that most of us are looking at. On a $250,000 loan, most of these builders are paying $12,000 plus to incentivize these interest rates, right? And that's why I see when we're saying, hey, this is a huge opportunity. If you haven't been listening, open ears really big right now, because the end effect of this program was really created, obviously, to help spur the housing market and sell more properties, right, for the primary home buyer to increase affordability. I feel like this program is really designed for investors. Sure, it increases affordability for primary home buyers, but for an investor, you're talking about doubling and tripling the cash flow on the property. If you take, and I'm going to do this here while I'm here, but you take a $250,000 loan, 30-year fixed at market rates of 7%, your principal and interest payments roughly $1,665, right? You take that same loan at $1,499, that payment's $1,340. You're talking about saving $325 a month with this program. And that's only on a $250,000 loan, mind you. So what that means is either a lot of these properties we've been looking at didn't have cash flow before, right? Maybe it was only $100 a month. Now it's going to be $430 a month, right? Or they had no cash flow before, right? And a lot of the growth markets that a lot of us are buying in, the Austins and the North Carolinas or whatever it may be, it's very difficult to even break even, right? So this product's now going to take those break even marginal deals that make you sit on the fence. And all of a sudden they're going to make lots of sense and had good cap rates, good cash flow. So it's really a game changer, right? If anyone has been sitting on the fence, the general reasons that we hear from them is, oh, rates are high or I want more cash flow. Even though we all know, as we've discussed in many of these, what is that $200 or $300 a month in cash flow going to do for you? Not much, right? We're in this for the long term. But whether it's short term or long term, being able to get a rate 2+% lower than market is an absolute game changer. Once again, it does require builder participation. So if you guys are interested, touch base with Seewing. He'll tell you which of his markets are employing this program. As you can imagine, I am hitting the pavement, talking to as many builders and developers as I can on this program, bringing awareness to it. My hope and my hunch is as we round out, as we get towards the end of the year, we're going to have a lot more markets that are supporting this program. As you can imagine, it is a hit to their bottom line, right? They are taking a haircut versus other incentives that they're offering, but the end effect, right? If you're selling on cash flow, all of a sudden now you have this product that will double or triple the cash flow. You are going to move a lot more properties. And as the program grows in awareness, as you can imagine, what you should be doing when you hear this is running to your phone to call Seewing to find out which markets are doing it and if there's inventory available. Reason I say that is, as you can imagine, as people find out more about, by the time you watch one of these, there's going to be no properties left, right? Because people are literally running to them. Because the general consensus people are hoping for, the pundits in the industry, is in the next 6 to 18 months, mortgage rates are going to come down. Where are they going to come down? Hopefully the 5% range for a primary home buyer, right? That's the best case scenario, most likely. So that means an investor loan would be around 5.5%. And that's the best case scenario moving forward from here in the next couple of years. Here's an opportunity today to beat those rates, right? It's absolutely a game changer.
Richard, now I put myself in the shoe of a prospective investor. So I'm going to ask you, what is coming out of my pocket as an investor to get this 4.99% 30-year fixed rate?
Typically for the buyers, you guys are still coming in paying what you're used to paying in this market, right? You're going to pay 1.5 to 2.5 points total to get you down to those rates in the high fours. With the program, right? That's the advertised rate of 4.99. There are going to be options to pay low to no points and take a little bit higher rate still in the 5% range, right? So much lower than where market rates are today.
At the end of the day, do the numbers that the investor has to pay a couple of points to get this 4.99% rate. What is the number out of pocket?
Said 1.5 to 2.5 points typically is what most investors are going to pay with this program.
So $250,000 loan, 1.5 point is a mere $3,000 extra to pay for the loan. You buy down to this iconic 4.99% 30-year fixed rate mortgage rate for investor loan. Is that what I hear?
Correct.
Ordinarily, when any seller, whether they are builder or just a regular reseller, when an investor try to get a loan to finance an investment property, what is a typical scenario that have to pay to buy down the rate in order to get anything close to 5% investor mortgage rate?
Are you asking what they would need to pay to get to 5% on their own?
Yeah, on their own, without this unique builder committed.
They wouldn't be able to do it. They would need to pay probably like 9 points.
Wow.
Because keep in mind, that's still what's happening. There is 9 points. It's just the builder's picking up 7 of them and the buyer's left to pick up 2 of them. So the points are being paid. And that's what I'm saying. Builders are showing a lot of money out of their pocket to make this program happen.
You and I know not all builders can qualify for this program, especially the small mom and pop builders in certain part of the country. But what type of builder allow them to have the safety net and the not to affect the profit margin to participate in this kind of loan program?
We have all kinds of builders, honestly, from builders building that sub $300,000 single family home to builders building $1 million quads, everyone in between. And as you can imagine, we're also doing this with builders that work with primary home buyers. The scope of this program affects everyone and anyone. There's benefit across the board. Most builders that become aware of this program are interested in trying it out. I can tell you that.
But they have to be a kind of a decent sized builders that have a lot of profit margin to go above and beyond to incentivize their.
Yeah, they do. And we have requirements as well in terms of obviously the size of the builder. They have to, build a relationship with us as well to be able to take advantage of this program.
Very exciting. Something you and I have been talking about it for the past few months. I've been promoting this program. Now it's being formalized. You are Richard, at the forefront of this investment loan program. So I expect a lot of activities going to happen. And of course, our message for all the investors out there, especially with our network and other investment group network that are promoting cash flow homes, turnkey properties. This is a great time to pull the trigger, take advantage and lock in this rate and get the cash flow and invest for the long term, and let all the other benefits of investing for income property will benefit you over time. What's your quick final takeaway, Richard?
If you sleep on this and this is not enough to get you off the sidelines, then take a look in the mirror because you're lying to yourself. You're never going to invest in real estate. You're waiting for this perfect storm to happen. This is what you've been waiting for. You know what I mean? And this isn't the motivation you need. Buy real estate, then just give up now. I know it's brutal and blunt, but it's the truth. This is the best product and best buying opportunity there's been in 6, 7, 8 years. At the end of the day, once again, if you're an investor who's, not bought investment real estate before or waiting to grow your portfolio more and you have bought it in the past, this is what you've been waiting for, right? And I kid you not, these builders are paying on a $200,000 loan, they're paying $14,000 to incentivize your interest rate, more than you're paying for all your closing costs. They're paying 4 times as many points as you're going to pay. It's amazing seeing these builders step up, being willing to cut their profit margins to take advantage of this or continue sleeping because, look, as you can imagine, there's going to be 50 investors trying to buy every one of these houses as this program goes out there. The longer you wait, the more this program is going to dry up. That's going to create this ancillary demand as well. So maybe the builders 3 months from now aren't going to have to do this program anymore. They're still going to be able to sell their properties. Whoever acted and took advantage of it is going to be at such an advantage over everyone else. So yeah, stop sleeping. If you're on the wall, if you're procrastinating, if you're waiting for the right time, it's here.
Richard, you and I know not only that, some of our builders in some of our markets, my markets, the builder I'm working at in Florida, in addition to this loan program, they are offering 2 years of free property management, and they're to pay 2% of the closing costs and additional $4,000 to pay the other aspect of the loan transaction. This is the most amazing builder incentive program that we have as an investor that I have ever seen in my 20 years, and likewise with you. This is a trifecta. This is even greater than a trifecta effect. Like you said, if people who can qualify to get these kind of loans, they have the money to reinvest. If they do not take advantage of this program 10 years from now, 5 years from now, they can regret it. They can say should have, would have, could have. It's always the case. So that's all we have to say about that. There's nothing more to say. These are the iconic programs. These are groundbreaking. This is a historic. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I might as well go that far to take advantage right now, and not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Nothing more to think about. This is it. Okay. It's now or never. It's now or never. That's an Elvis Presley song. It's now or never. Please hold me tight. Okay. I digress. With that said, thank you so much for watching, listening. I'll see you on the next video.